Good evening, Avril. It's me, Taylor. Who do you think I'm with right now? Go on, sweetie. Why don't you have a little guess? It could be fun. You'll never believe it. I'm with your sweet, darling husband. I have some rather unfortunate news for you, though. He won't be coming home to you tonight. Oh, sorry. Want to know why that is? Have a guess. Have a guess. Have a guess. Me and him will be spending the night having a little fun in a luxury hotel room, if you catch my drift. Don't bother objecting, because I won't be taking any complaints. Nothing but fun and positivity is allowed tonight, and believe me and your man will be enjoying plenty. Alrighty, well, it's finally time to turn off my phone, dim the lights, and enjoy a steamy night of passion with your husband. I'll let you know how things went in the morning. Good morning, Avril. You'll be pleased to know that your husband and I were going at it like rabbits until the sun came up. Man, am I tired. I don't remember the last time a guy gave me a servicing this thorough. Oopsie, is that too much information? Sorry, sweetie. What am I, like, stealing your husband all the way to myself like this? Someone really ought to stop me. I'm so greedy. Oopsie, I almost forgot to tell you. He'll be going straight to work from the hotel, so you won't be seeing him for a little while longer yet. He can't say I didn't tell you now. Huh? What the hell is all this? Oh, Avril, there you are. I thought you disappeared from the face of the earth. I saw you weren't reading any of my messages, so I figured you were just looking at the notifications and trying to deny reality by shying away from replying to me. Burying your head in the sand won't work, dear. Sorry, but I've been on a plane this whole time. All of your messages came through at once when I landed, and I was a tiny bit confused, to say the least. Huh? You were on a plane? Yep, I just landed back in America. Wait, you mean you were abroad? Hang on, you've been on vacation? Good grief, dear, you should really know your place. Huh? Is it any wonder your husband cheats on you? Excuse me? If I were you, dear, I'd cherish the little time you have left to spend your husband's money on luxuries like overseas vacations while you still can, because you won't be able to for much longer. Sorry, you'll have to forgive me, but I keep looking through all these messages you sent me last night, and I still don't have a clue what you're talking about. The same goes for the stuff you're saying now. Huh? Actually, I'm pretty busy and have to go to work, so I don't have the time to get to the bottom of whatever the heck it is you're talking about right now. So if you'll excuse me, I have to go. Bye. Huh? Avril? What are you talking about? How can you not understand what's happening after everything I sent you? I spelled it out plain as day. How much more obvious can I make it? Do you need me to send you pictures of us in the act? Are you mentally handicapped or something? I literally couldn't make it any clearer if I tried. Oh, I know. That must be it. It's not that you don't understand. It's that the realization that your husband is cheating on you was so traumatic that you went into denial mode as a coping mechanism. I read about this in a psychology magazine before. It's a real thing. Wait, does that mean you lied about going on vacation too? Was that another coping mechanism? Oh dear, this is just too pathetic. Sadly for you, I have no intention of ending my fling with your husband. Sucks to be you, but our steamy love sessions will continue for the foreseeable future, dear. Eventually, if we carry on long enough, you'll have to divorce him. If there's anything resembling a brain cell in that hollow head of yours, I'd suggest you start making the necessary emotional and financial preparations to say goodbye to your man forever. Hey, Jess, I just landed back in America. How's my favorite big sister doing? Hey, Avril, welcome home. I'm doing great, thanks. Thanks for looking after my son while I was away on business. You really are a lifesaver. Don't mention it. We more or less live together anyway, so it's not like anything really changed. You don't have to thank me at all. Well, I want to. It just so happens I splurged on a little something for you while I was abroad by way of thanks. Aw, you shouldn't have. That does sound great, though. I'm super excited to see what it is. Will you be going back to work now? Yep, I have to file some important documents away in the safe. But I was told I could wait until tomorrow before I make my official leaving announcement, so I plan on resigning after tying up a bunch of loose ends at the office today. I should be all right to make it home by this evening. I see. All right, that's great. Oh, yeah. There was something else I wanted to discuss with you. It's kind of important. Someone who seems very much like they might be the woman Dan's cheating on you with showed up on my radar recently. What? This is just speculation for now, so we should definitely find out whether it's true or not first before we do anything with it. Who is she? Her name is Taylor. She's one of the other moms I sometimes speak to outside kindergarten. Taylor? Oh, wait, that name rings a bell. Hang on, wasn't she the single mom whose husband divorced her when he found out their daughter wasn't his? The one who still doesn't seem to be able to tell the difference between me and you? I think she came up to me outside kindergarten last month. She tapped me on the back and said, "Hey, Avril," just like she always does. Yes, that Taylor. When I turned my phone back on after landing at the airport, it started blowing up with this never-ending torrent of weird, creepy messages from her. She sent them all while I was flying. I don't know how the hell her mind works, but her messages were so full of misunderstandings, I could hardly believe what I was reading. Based on the overall vibe, I think she's the girl we've been looking for. I see. Well, one thing's for sure. If it's Taylor we're talking about here, she's definitely capable of doing something like that. I was planning on showing you the chat logs when I got home, but if you'd rather see them sooner, I can send you everything right now if you like. Right. You know what? I think it's best I see them now. Would you mind sending them? Sorry for the trouble. It's no bother. I'll send everything now. Thanks a bunch. You're the best, sis. Avril, how's it going, you tragic little mess? Guess whose hunky stallion of a husband I'm with again today? Yep, that's right. Yours. Judging from the fact that you haven't replied to me once since before, is it fair to assume you've completely given up and resigned yourself to your fate? I'm sure having to come to terms with the fact you're the kind of woman who gets cheated on must be a bitter pill to swallow, but you can't deny reality any longer. You know, I actually think it's very admirable of you to accept your situation like this. Anyway, I'll be spending tonight wrapped in Dan's big, strong, muscular arms before letting him have his way with me in a tempestuous frenzy of rough, sensual passion that lasts until the early hours. Hey, Avril, I'm sorry to message you with this, but my husband's in the next room, so I figured it would be better to do it quietly without raising any suspicion. Hey, that's fine by me. Is this about the small matter we discussed before? Yes. I sent a request to a private investigator after you pointed me in the direction of a potential suspect for the woman my husband's been seeing behind my back. It turns out their relationship's been ongoing since way before she sent those messages laying everything bare. Ah, I see. Well, I guess that's not so surprising, thinking about how long ago it was when you first started to suspect something was going on. It makes perfect sense that they'd have been doing it a while. That's not all. I found out something else. And good Lord, I swear, Avril, this one's gonna blow your mind. Blow my mind? How to put it? It's actually kind of crazy. What? You're scaring me now, sis. Go on, what is it? Actually, you know what? Sorry, babe, but this one's a little too shocking for text. So I'm gonna have to wait till my husband's out before I tell you. I'm gonna get started on punishing him for his low-life scumbag behavior real soon. Which is inevitably gonna mean you're getting dragged into it. I'm really sorry about this, sis. It's fine, I'm already prepared. Do whatever the hell you want to him. I don't want you to hold back, not even for 1 second, okay? Get him, Tiger! Believe me, I don't plan on holding back at all. That scumbag's gonna regret crossing me, that's for sure. Yay, we did it! Avril, I finally have a reason for you to divorce your husband. Hi, Taylor. I see you're just as annoying as ever this morning. What do you want? Make it quick. Don't be such a meanie, Avril. Fine, if that's your attitude, I'll come straight out with it. I'm pregnant with your husband's baby. Excuse me? With this, my position as the CEO's future wife is set in stone. Huh? Pregnant? The CEO's future wife? What are you talking about? Oh, come on. Are you actually that dense? Surely you must have some idea of what I'm talking about. I intentionally got pregnant to steal your position as the CEO's wife. Your husband belongs to me. The title of CEO's wife belongs to me. What are you talking about? Do you want me to repeat myself? Like I just said, I am pregnant with your husband's baby. Don't make me go through this boring old routine of making me repeat myself again, woman. With this, now you have no choice but to divorce him. I really don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about. Like I said, God, are you brain damaged or something? Read through the messages again if you still don't get it. I'm done repeating myself with you. Hey, Taylor, why don't you take a chill pill? Want to know something I do know? I do know that you're making the mother of all misunderstandings here. Huh? Misunderstandings? Me? What am I misunderstood about? Go on, this should be good. First of all, my husband isn't the CEO. Second of all, he was sent on a long-term work transfer to Arkansas a year ago and has been too busy to come back ever since. So we haven't seen each other in person in ages. Huh? You think my husband is called Dan, don't you? Yes, I know that's his name. What are you trying to do? Confuse me so I'll stop rubbing our steamy affair in your face? Well, it's not going to work. It's time to wake up and smell the coffee, Missy. I've seen the two of you coming out of the same house together countless times. Are you trying to tell me my own eyes are lying to me? Good grief. Are there any lengths you won't go to maintain your complete denial of reality? I'm actually starting to feel sorry for you now. Dan is my brother-in-law. Your brother-in-law? My sister and I moved into our parents' house when they retired early to live a quiet life out in the country. It was a joint two-family house, so now I live in one side and my sister lives in the other. Excuse me? Let me spell it out for you, basically. Dan, who technically lives in the same property as me, is my sister's husband. Wow, really? He is? Taylor, let me ask you something. Did you think I had 2 children? Huh? Well, yes, I did. It looked like you had 2 kids of the same age, so I thought they might be twins. You see, the thing is, I still only have 1 child. Huh? The other one is my sister's. What? Are you kidding me? Wow, I see. I knew it. You thought me and my sister were the same person, didn't you? We're almost the same age and look really similar in the face. But like I just told you, my husband is away on a work transfer and he hasn't been around for over a year. So the only male adult in these houses is Dan, my brother-in-law. So like I said before, it would appear that you made a huge misunderstanding based on a bunch of unfounded assumptions and a severe case of mistaken identity due to knowing absolutely nothing about our actual circumstances. I see. So that's what's going on here. So Dan's wife was your older sister all along? Whatever. Am I phased? No. That's no problem at all. That's right. This changes nothing. Who cares who his current wife is? He'll still end up divorcing your sister all the same. And I'm still set to inherit the title of CEO's wife. Yeah, about that. Would you mind telling me exactly why you think that's going to happen? Sure, easy peasy. Dan is the CEO of Lubricated Logistics, one of the most well-known shipping companies in the U.S., which means that when he divorces your sister and me and him finally tie the knot, I'll be the CEO's wife. But the CEO is a woman. Huh? To be more precise, the CEO of Lubricated Logistics is my sister. What? You would have known this straight away if you bothered to check out the company homepage instead of getting carried away with your wild fantasies and outrageous delusions. Didn't you take a look? Homepage? I don't know anything about that. If the CEO's a woman, what does Dan do at the company? He doesn't even work for them. He works at one of Lubricated Logistics' subcontractor companies, but even then, it's not like he's a high-up or anything. He's just a regular old employee. What? No way, this can't be. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. No, I'm definitely not lying. Oh yeah, and there was one more thing. What? That baby you're pregnant with? Dan's not the daddy, is he? What? What on earth are you talking about? Do you have a single shred of evidence to back up such an absurd claim? Dan's infertile. What? He became infertile after developing a serious infection not long after the birth of his and my sister's first child. The doctors told him he'll never have kids again. No way, I can't believe this. Wait a sec, actually, hang on. So that's why he looked so troubled when I announced that I was pregnant? I just knew something was off about his reaction. It's probably because that was the moment he realized you were seeing other guys behind his back. There must be a poetic irony in realizing the woman you're having an affair with is also cheating on you, huh? Oh my, this is awful. Surely there has to be some kind of a mistake here. Does he really know? And he found out like that? Anyway, Taylor, how about we wrap this up with a message from my sister? Huh? Irrespective of who the father of that baby in your belly is, the fact that you had an affair with my husband remains the same. Prepare to pay me large sums of compensation. No, hold on a second. Dan isn't the CEO, right? If Dan isn't the CEO, who's going to cover my share of the compensation? I sure as hell can't afford to pay it myself. Even if Dan was the CEO, you're deluded if you think he'd ever pay your share of the compensation after what you did. The two of you may have been engaged in an affair, but you still lied to him and got pregnant by another man behind his back. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say marriage is probably off the table, and realistically, he most likely is going to break up with you before long. No way, he wouldn't! Actually, he would. Apparently, he already made it clear things with you are over, so it'd probably be wise to start making your own plans for the future. My sister took full custody of their child, and he already promised to pay her compensation for the affair, as well as monthly child support payments until their daughter grows up. Oh, and this should go without saying, but naturally he'll only be paying his share of the compensation, and not yours. What? If you actually stop to give it some thought, I'm sure you'll quickly understand. If there's actually anything resembling a brain cell in that hollow head of yours, that is. Oh my God. No, this can't be happening. No. Are you serious? You have got to be kidding me. What am I supposed to do now? I can't be on my own. What do I do, Avril? Why are you asking me? None of this is my problem. What do I do? No, please, I'm serious. I have no clue how to get by on my own, and if I have to pay compensation, I'll be even more screwed. Bye, Taylor. But if he's not the dad, then who is? The crazy thing my sister mentioned earlier was the fact that Taylor had been simultaneously seeing over a dozen different guys. Over the coming days, she received a monstrous bill for compensation. In a not-so-genius move, she caused a huge scandal when she went to the houses of each of her lovers one by one to try and ascertain which one was the baby daddy, also alerting their wives to the fact their husbands had been cheating on them in the process. She did end up figuring out who the dad was, but at what cost? Taylor's parents, already sick and tired of their daughter's reprobate behavior, finally decided to wash their hands of her and declare that enough was enough. Not only that, but after being deemed unfit to be a mother, both of her children were taken by child services and passed into the custody of relatives. Last I heard, Taylor's currently working several intensely physically demanding manual labor jobs in a desperate bid to come up with the compensation she now owes not only my sister, but also the 6 other women whose husbands she was sleeping with. Good luck, girl. You're gonna need it.